Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, joined by Andy Halstead, who is the boss man of HomeLet and Let Alliance, the tenant referencing firm that do over 1.1 million tenant references. Andy, talk to me about cheap or free referencing. Is it a false economy? Talk to me.
Well, yeah. Well, he would say that, wouldn't he?
Of course he
but
would say
but
that.
let me talk about that. Number one, there's no such thing as free. Let's just be honest with each other. Anyone offering something for free, there's something down the line that makes money, and I would much prefer to work with partners that are just more transparent about that. So that's the first thing. Second thing, is it a false economy? So think about how much a reference costs. £16, £20, £10, depending on the volume of business that gets placed with us. Really shaving a little bit of money off that to be a sensible compromise when you think about the whole tenancy is dependent upon a tenant moving into the property that will A, pay the rent, and B, behave well. And it just seems to me insane that you would risk the quality of a reference to save a few pounds.
Because, I mean, there's these websites that agents can now go on for cheap as chips where they can fill in a few details and almost do DIY referencing.
Well, it's worse than that. I mean, organisations in our sector market themselves as a referencing solution. It's nothing more than a bit of DIY. You can rent the platform. The risk of that going wrong sits on the agent's balance sheet. You know, that's not what we do.
Because the landlord's got to bugger off if you've... I mean, if there's one thing that makes a landlord go is a...
Well, tenancy going wrong. If a tenancy goes wrong, the agent gets blamed. You know, look, life happens. Things do go wrong. But should we ever, for example, if we're ever found wanting with our referencing process, we stand by it. So, you know, if there's an audit that gets carried out and we didn't do our job properly, then we always look after our customers and make sure that we put things right. I mean, we support more properties than anyone else in the UK with rent guarantee and legal, and that's obviously a fantastic solution.
50, 60,000 households with 1.2...
Well, no, with 125,000 properties
wow.
Protected by rent guarantee and legal. Yeah, so that must get up to north of £1 billion of annual rent. But look, that's still only a small part of the market. You know, the majority of the market does not have rent guarantee.
Why don't you think they do?
Well, it costs money for a start, and
it's not that much on the whole scheme of things.
Well, no, but you're selling to the converted here. I mean, for me, a professional letting agent providing rent guarantee and legal to their customers for, say, 3% of the rent, that includes some nice margin for the letting agent. It's just a no-brainer, but surprisingly, only a small percentage of properties in the UK are protected by rent guarantee.
Fascinating. What's your final thoughts on all this then, referencing as a whole?
Well, look, there's no such thing as a free lunch. It's not possible to cut corners. Fraudsters are on the increase, especially in our cities. And it's an area where I think letting agents really do need to rely on a professional partner, outsource that piece of risk management and take that risk off their balance sheet.
Thank you for your time today.
Thank you.